A tiny seed is buried in the darkness of soil. For days, weeks, sometimes months, it looks like nothing is happening. On the surface, the world sees emptiness. But underground, hidden from every eye, something extraordinary is taking place. Roots are forming. Strength is building. Life is preparing. And then one day, a fragile green shoot breaks through the soil. It's small, almost invisible, but that tiny sprout carries within it the blueprint of a towering tree, a tree that may one day live for hundreds of years, provide shade to generations, and outlast the very hands that planted it. But here's the truth. The seed doesn't become a tree overnight. Growth takes time. Progress takes patience. Transformation takes seasons. This is a forgotten wisdom of nature, something we humans often resist. We live in a world that demands instant results. We want success now, healing now, change now. We plant a seed in the morning and want fruit by evening. But nature whispers, that is not how growth works. Real growth is gradual. Look at the mighty oak tree. It starts as a small acorn, barely the size of your thumb. You could crush it underfoot without a second thought. Yet inside that acorn is the potential to grow into a giant tree, spreading branches wider than a house, roots deeper than a building's foundation. But it doesn't happen in a day. It takes decades. The oak becomes strong not by rushing, but by growing slowly, steadily, season by season. Life is the same. Every dream, every skill, every transformation begins as a seed. You plan effort today, but you won't always see results tomorrow. That doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means growth is working in silence, the same way roots grow before branches. Too many people quit because they don't see instant results. They go to the gym for 2 weeks, and when the mirror looks the same, they give up. They work on a business for a few months, and when money doesn't flow, they stop. They try to heal from heartbreak, and when the pain lingers, they think it's impossible. But the tree reminds us, growth is gradual. Progress is invisible before it becomes undeniable. There's an old proverb, the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. This is one of the greatest lessons plants teach us. Growth requires faith. Faith that your hidden efforts will one day break through the soil. Science confirms this. A bamboo seed can spend up to 5 years underground, building roots, showing no visible growth. People may laugh at you for watering what seems like empty soil. But then, in the 5th year, something miraculous happens. The bamboo shoots up to 90 feet tall in just a few weeks. Did it really grow in weeks? No, it grew in silence for years. The visible growth was only the final stage. Many of us are like bamboo in our lives. We are growing silently underground, learning, preparing, strengthening. Others may not see it yet, but when the time comes, our growth will be undeniable. Think about some of the greatest human stories. J.K. Rowling spent years in poverty, rejected by publishers again and again before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Nelson Mandela endured 27 years of imprisonment before becoming president of South Africa. Their growth was gradual, invisible at first, but because they endured, their roots became strong enough to carry greatness. Now let's look again at the seed. When it's first planted, it doesn't complain about being buried in darkness. It doesn't resist the soil pressing down on it. It embraces the struggle because it knows that darkness is necessary for growth. Without pressure, roots would never form. Without darkness, shoots would never stretch toward the light. We too must learn to embrace our dark seasons, the times of waiting, silence, and struggle. Just because you don't see growth doesn't mean it isn't happening. Growth often happens in the hidden places of our lives. And here's something fascinating. In botany, there's a phenomenon called delayed germination. Some seeds wait years, even centuries, before sprouting. They remain dormant until conditions are right. Enough rain, the right temperature, the right environment. Once those conditions arrive, the seed awakens, alive and ready. This is true for humans as well. Your dreams may take years to germinate. You may think nothing is happening, but life is simply preparing the right conditions. The key is to remain patient and persistent. Now think about how we measure growth. With trees, we use rings. Each year, a tree adds a ring to its trunk. Some years, the rings are thick, times of abundance, rain, and sunlight. Some years, the rings are thin, times of drought, storms, or hardship. But whether thick or thin, each ring is part of the tree's story. Growth continues, even in difficulty. Our lives are the same. Some seasons we grow fast, success, love, opportunity. Other seasons are harder, loss, setbacks, delays. But every season leaves a ring inside us, shaping who we are. Even slow growth is still growth. This is why patience is such a vital strength. Without patience, we abandon the seed too soon. We dig it up to check if it's growing, and in doing so, we destroy it. Growth requires trust in the unseen process. Think of a child learning to walk. The first steps are clumsy, slow, unsteady. But with time, balance improves. Then comes running. Then comes climbing. You don't expect a baby to run a marathon on day one. Growth is gradual. So why do we expect ourselves to master life instantly? One of the most beautiful examples comes from the redwoods. These giants can grow taller than 300 feet, but they don't rush. Their growth is steady, year after year for centuries. They become legends not by speed, but by persistence. In your life, greatness will not arrive in one dramatic leap. It will come from the gradual accumulation of effort, day by day, step by step, season by season. And here's the paradox. Though growth is gradual, its impact is immense. The seed becomes a tree. The tree produces fruit. The fruit carries seeds, and those seeds become forests. What began as something small and hidden ends up shaping entire landscapes. Your gradual growth works the same way. Small habits, repeated daily, shape your destiny. Reading a few pages a day makes you wise. Saving a little money consistently makes you wealthy. Practicing kindness each moment makes you loved. Success is not one giant leap. It is many small steps taken consistently. But here's the warning. Impatience kills growth. If a farmer demands fruit the day he plants a seed, he will only find disappointment. If he pulls the plant out of the soil too early, he destroys it. The same is true for us. We must learn to honor the process, to wait, to trust. Remember, the tallest trees were once the smallest seeds. Their greatness was never obvious at the beginning, but with time, patience, and persistence, their potential was revealed. So if you feel buried, remember, you are not buried, you are planted. Growth is happening, even if you cannot see it yet. If your progress feels slow, remember, even slow growth is still growth. Every ring counts. Every root matters. And if others doubt you, remember the bamboo. Let them laugh while you build silently underground. One day, your growth will tower so high that the same people who doubted you will stand in awe, because true growth doesn't need to rush. True growth is gradual, and when it finally reveals itself, it is unstoppable. So plant your seed, Water it daily with effort, patience, and faith. Accept the darkness. Trust the process. And one day, you too will rise, not overnight, but over time, just like the seed that becomes a tree.